Tomorrow marks National Hire a Veteran Day, a day dedicated to helping veterans find jobs. KTRE's and KTV's Mariela Gonzalez has more on the struggles veterans face in the job market and also the resources available to them.
For veterans, finding a job can be difficult.
It was kind of hard initially to stay on task.
Patrick Smith of Lufkin served in the Army for nearly 10 years and says he struggled transitioning back to a normal life.
Some of the difficulty is finding a civilian occupation where you can use what you did in the military in the civilian world.
Phil Huber is a coordinator with Angelina County Veteran Services, and he says many veterans are still dealing with the aftermath of the pandemic.
It's all over the United States right now. Things are just not recovering from COVID like we thought they ought to.
Stephen Lynch is the director of community affairs with the Workforce Solutions East Texas and says employers would benefit from hiring veterans.
They're leaving from one environment coming to the civilian side, and that is a big adjustment.
Lynch says skills veterans have, self-discipline, and are able to work in teams, which are beneficial to employers.
All of those factors come into play when they're looking for employees, and veterans meet that mold very well.
According to the U.S. Department of Labor, as of June, the veteran unemployment rate is 2.7%. Among veterans with a disability, that number is 4.9%. Lynch also says veterans have opportunities to look for work before they are discharged, which helps the unemployment rate stay low.
And many can interview virtually, and so that cuts down on the wait time.
Mariela Gonzalez, East Texas News.
Workforce Solutions East Texas encourages any veteran interested in getting help to stop by the offices in Tyler and Lufkin.